Hello and welcome to Is There Something in This? I realized that.
Very forthright.
Well, it is because it doesn't match the music. So often you've got that dun, 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 dun,
true.
dun, and then it's just me going, all right.
Yeah.
Like, so we need to kind of,
Energy.
you got to hit that hard.
Thrust.
Yeah.
Good. I like it. This is
Thrust is a word
Alright,
that
that's not-
needs, it's
not-
like moist. You got to really know where the
Can
rest
we-
of that sentence is going.
Can we erase moist from our vernacular, please?
We're having a
My
moist
entire-
moratorium.
Moistatorium, yeah. How are you?
I'm all right. I was thinking of a joke that I don't know. We could never use it, but if we could do a license plate for Florida, and like Jersey is the Garden State,
Right.
New York's the Empire State. If the one for Florida is America's Wet Patch,
That's very
it's
funny.
a mad joke, if anything.
I think it's a great joke. No, that's Mad would take it, but that's a solid joke. This is funny. I like it. I'm going to Florida next month for a wedding, Jacksonville.
Oh,
You ever been to Jacksonville?
I've not been to Jackson. I've been to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a different kind of Florida. Did you watch a rocket take off or something?
No, I watched.
You watch football?
I actually performed with Charlie Sheen in Charlie Sheen and Jeff Ross.
What?
And
Go on.
it was for the Torpedo of Truth tour.
No.
And Sheen flew me from Australia to
That's
kind of
amazing.
moderate a couple of them, and we were in an ice hockey stadium,
Yeah.
the Fort Lauderdale something or others.
Mm.
And Dennis Rodman did a walk on.
Classic Rodman. He just did a walk on.
Yeah,
Dennis
he
Rodman.
came on and he was wearing this weird fur, like a huge fur coat and an on-odd leotard, and was drinking and smoking a cigar. And he gave me a hug, and
Jesus.
it was just And Jeff got up and Jeff killed, and it was a wild time.
So you did
man.
see a rocket take off. I mean,
I
you did.
saw,
you
I saw
really
something. I saw something, boy.
A rocket land. I mean,
Yeah. Sputter back to
Yeah.
her.
Rodman would have seen a few rockets take
Rodman-
off. ICBMs. yeah.
Rodman was in good form.
Yeah, this is pre him being best mates with Kim, President Kim. I mean, it's how great would it be to just get him on the pod, get him on a live pod?
Dennis or Kim.
Rodman,
Yeah.
Kim, yeah, let's get him on the pod.
I'd love to know, like, you know how they always say, like, you can tell a lot about someone by what they laugh at? Like,
Sure.
that's a really...
Yeah,
I would love to know, like, what really tickles Kim's funny bone.
I
Like,
bet
what,
you
like,
it's
is it
something really silly.
like mascots falling over or
yeah.
something?
He's probably got a supercut on YouTube of mascots fighting or falling
or
over.
public proposal fails.
Oh.
Like guys getting rejected. I reckon it's kind
Yeah.
of mean-spirited.
Weather girls slipping over on the on a floor.
kinda, yeah.
He would love that, I reckon. But he's not allowed to show anyone. He has to do
No,
it
yeah,
privately.
yeah.
I'm just going to the bathroom. My
Yeah.
golden throne.
Yeah,
just
just opens new incognito tab.
Sir, are you okay in there? Just giggling to himself.
Yeah.
Incognito tab. Is there something in that? Is there something in incognito tab? Is that a well-worn comedic? Like, are you hearing that more and more for like? Because incognito tab, for anyone who I don't know doesn't use it, is like in Google Chrome or Safari or whatever. You can have a tab open that isn't tracking. It's basically no cookies, no tracking, so that it doesn't affect your Google algorithms or your advertising or your Facebook advertising or Instagram or whatever.
The person that came up with that was an engineer
Who wanted to look at porn.
who exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I
Yeah.
think it's used nice for.
They can't call it a wank window either, so they had to make it seem.
we can.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If you're ever booking flights through Expedia or Kayak or something,
Yeah.
do it on incognito, because what they do is they check what you've been searching and
Yeah.
then bump the prices up.
Oh, really? Well, you know what I do now? I put Lord as my prefix, and I get an immediate upgrade. So
Really?
check me out.
Do you really?
How you like me now?
Do you actually get an upgrade?
Actual thing, yeah. It's crazy. And I have
I'm
a
a platinum
known traveler
frequent flyer
number.
with 3 different people, and you go and buy.
yep.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, sucker.
Yeah.
It's and also it's through so and I also have a known traveler number, so I've TSA pre or whatever.
Oh,
That also helps.
that helps.
Yeah, that bumps it up a little bit as well. Look at us.
That is such. You know how they always do once a year there's the how to get upgraded traveler supplement article, and it's always like wear a suit, and get there early, and be polite, be alone, and all that
Smile.
stuff. But one of them is like, be a descendant of British aristocracy. Like that's,
but like not even like buy into British aristocracy and be a lord, Lord Jason Chatfield. This way, my lord. I've been asking people to call me my lord.
How's that going for you?
Not well. Yeah. Yeah. So there's a meeting this week, so we are going to pitch a batch.
If you buy a little patch of, because you did it in Scotland, you bought a little patch of land in the.
It was the north of,
it's actually
in
England.
Cumbria.
Oh, right.
Cumbria, northern England.
And
yes.
now you are rightfully called a lord. If you do the same thing in New Zealand, you're called a lord, but it's spelt with an E at the end. Jesus, that was a long way to get there.
Oh boy,
Long
we're off to the
Off
races.
to the races. Let's go.
All right.
They're buying. They didn't buy because we did suggestions last week.
Right.
I
Martin
listened
Luther
to
King-
this as a suggestion.
What?
On the train.
No. What happened?
Someone who's been messaging you, Amelia.
Yeah. She's great. Yeah.
We were on the same train.
Get outta here.
And she said, and we were kind
On
of
the
having a
subway?
chat on the subway just down here. And
hilarious.
we had a chat and said, we were talking about the wedding and stuff.
She
and
sent
she
you a
goes, "Hey,
suggestion,
I've
yeah.
I've pitched one for you."
Did she do it in person?
She didn't know. She didn't. I said, "Oh, what is it?" And she was like, "No, I've been sending it to Jason." She sizzled me.
Oh, she sizzled
She's
you.
front sold it.
Well, I'm going to sizzle you and say it's pretty good.
Yeah, so I mentioned.
It's not bad at all. So you
yeah.
got sizzle on the subway
Yeah.
from Amelia.
Yeah, it was great.
That's great. Well, no, that's not what that sounds like. Sorry, that sounds bad.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yes, that's great. Very cool.
Very exciting.
I'm really excited that you're getting accosted in public with
Well, I wouldn't say accosted.
with suggestions.
Amelia and I went to primary school together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that
No, I've known
connection.
her for like.
So she's not
when
just like a
when
fan.
we were at primary school. So
Yeah.
I've known her for at least 7 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm very young.
Gotcha. If you can't see me right now, I'm tapping my nose. There is
Back on the coke.
yeah. Speaking of
this?
Sheen, yeah.
So we went to dinner last
Yeah.
night with everyone there had kids.
Oh.
And they were all like bad dads, kind of like going out and have darts, and
Yeah.
like it
Oh,
was
okay.
really fun, and we
That's
had a really good time. And let's get into the bottle and like let's.
Do you
have
mean
a-
everyone you were with at dinner?
Everyone
had
with
kids?
had kids, not with them. They'd all had they all have children. They were all out Saturday night. We're going out for dinner.
Beautiful.
We're going
That's
into the
good.
city. It was
That's good.
great.
Yeah.
By the end of it, Ashika and I have been invited to a drug party.
Oh,
because what they've done is they've
What is
gone.
a drug party?
It's a party where you take drugs.
Okay.
And
I've always wondered about this.
Yeah,
I never get
yeah.
invited to these things. I'm too much of a geek.
and
MVP. Yeah.
market is 3.
There you go.
I just threw garbage across my apartment.
Really fucking. It's
really,
gone. Now.
It's getting. Listen, this
Oh.
is the point that we'll look back on, and like when you're like, someone says, "Hey, you work with that Scott Dooley here? I saw him on that show, Hoarders.
Hoarders,
He just throws chicken bones at the television." And you were like, "I was there when that started." I encouraged him.
Your apartment eventually is going to look like a George Booth cartoon.
That's what it's going to look like.
Just be
Which
dogs running
actually
around.
leads me into my first pitch.
Oh,
which
good,
is
okay.
I want a dog in the background.
Yeah.
Like with one of ye olde detonation device, as in, Wile E. Coyote, Acme,
Stop.
kind of
Ship it.
the Acme,
Draw
not
it.
Acme,
It's in.
thing,
Like
or
Warner Brothers cartoon.
or yeah, like blowing up something,
Yeah.
and kind of the owners saying to one another, like, "This is what happens when you reward bad behavior." Like the dog's
okay.
gone off the rails.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that joke's been done.
Extreme. Yeah, because that's a very, especially with dog obedience.
I really wanted the
schools,
dog to be joining ISIS or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I paired it back to something a bit more cartoony.
Yeah, and I mean that's a very cartoony trope as far as like TV animation cartoons, but you rarely see them in a New Yorker cartoon, which is a shame.
Kind of makes it funnier.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. This is what.
Or is the dog tying the damsel to the train? Like one of those classic.
yeah.
There's been a few of them recently.
There have, yeah. I think maybe we'll stay away from the damsel for a while.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of this is what happens in your award bad behavior.
Yeah.
Something
Or,
really.
or is the dog wearing a leather jacket and smoking?
I was
like,
just going to suggest.
like he's fallen in with the wrong
smoking
crowd.
on the couch throwing chicken bones at the television. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
the
I like
dog's
that
like a
one.
loser millennial. Just
playing Fortnite.
Just playing Red Dead and
Oh.
just getting high.
Red Dead. There was such a great. There's so many Red Dead Redemption like memes and tweets and things, and I don't play it. So for someone who hasn't played the latest Red Dead,
Yeah.
I'm completely out of the loop. But it's still funny. There's still just
very
classic
good. Yeah,
Western tropes.
Yeah.
And I by association, I'm like, nah, no Red Dead. Yeah, I played Red Dead.
Well,
I
if you
haven't-
played the first one,
yeah, that was amazing. I
the
had to
second one it was. There was Red Dead
Yeah.
Revolver, then Red Dead
Redemption.
Redemption, and then
Yeah.
what's this one called?
Red Dead 2, I think.
Oh, it's just called Red Dead 2.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you know what I do recently? Is I will just ride around and play poker.
What?
I don't actually do anything. I just go into the bars and play poker.
You're
'Cause I just
basically
enjoy it.
being a Westworld.
Yeah, that's what
person.
I'm doing.
You're literally just walking around living as a
Just
cowboy.
living the yeah.
Second Life is what you're playing. You're not playing Red Dead
Pretty
Redemption. You're just playing Second Life in the Old West. That's not bad, actually.
Pretty fun. Like it's a nice,
cathartic.
relaxing. Like you come home like
Yeah.
after a long day, and you're like, yeah, I just feel like having a couple of hands.
Kick off the Spurs.
Yeah,
Go
kick.
in.
That was first. Get myself a bottle of 4X, like whiskey.
What was that? The old Louis joke with the bottle of whiskey and a
Oh,
woman
yeah,
and a
yeah.
bath and a
Yeah.
room for the night and
Yeah.
a ping,
Yeah.
just one coin.
And a
How
woman
much
to
is that?
masturbate at. Come on, Louis. We should have seen.
Red flag. Yeah. Anyway, I like that. Dog is great.
Yeah, because I've got to
Something
just
in
say
that.
full disclosure. I've just slid that in because I'm pretty thin this week.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
This is
yeah.
this is one I don't know if it's been done.
Okay.
Kind of, but it's like an art gallery setting.
Okay.
But all of the images are just terrible. Like all of the pictures are like they're blurry or they're off center. And it's the real estate broker photography competition.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because they're always because I was looking for flats and
Yeah.
now.
The photos, though, there's two kinds of photographs for the real estate thing. Like they either show the wrong place and then they send you to the different place,
Yeah.
or they're photos with a wide fisheye lens that make the place look way bigger.
Yeah,
than
oh,
it is.
absolutely.
And so you walk in and the door literally hits
Yeah,
the side of the
yeah.
wall, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Wait, is this is a hallway?
Yeah.
This is a retrofitted hallway."
Yeah, that's
They're
right.
like, yeah, but look, and then the photo looks like it's a penthouse.
Yeah.
So if it's a photography exhibition, what do they all look like? Are they
Is it a
all
well, I just thought
formally framed like in a museum, in an art gallery?
Yeah, but they're all blurry with the little thing.
Little
yeah.
thing behind it.
I don't know how you're going to get that
people just-
across, though. Yeah.
Well, without being SS, I mean, do we just write at the, as the title of the exhibition as it is in a gallery, it would be the real estate brokers photography exhibition. Is there a way to get that across without saying it literally?
Well, is that maybe not the way to do it? Is it like somebody
right. Or
like maybe it's an eye test, and it's like you've got the worst vision I've ever seen. However, there's a career for you in real estate photography, or you know what I mean, like.
Right. There's another way around this. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Because
Let's.
that's always the thing. That's always the thing that artists always look down their nose at people that do anything to
Right.
do with real, like
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and the gold standard is of course Hitler, where he was like
Yes.
just painting pictures of buildings, and all
Right.
real artists are like, "Ugh, look at that
Look at this
asshole."
dork.
Yeah, instead of being like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's all right, Adolf, keep at it, and like, well, how different the world would be.
It's all right, Adolf.
If instead of like a beret smoking asshole with a
Yeah.
cigarette, "Ugh, it's so gross. Why would you paint the building? The impression, like if they were like, stick at it, pal.
So real estate photography gallery exhibition. Okay.
Or someone, yeah,
There's something in that.
that's the thrust, there.
right. Don't say thrust.
Sorry. Well, speaking of thrust,
Episode.
two astronauts
Okay.
on the moon.
Yep.
And looking back
At the world.
at the world.
Mhm.
And I've got two captions here.
Okay.
One is, oh, that's Earth.
What do you mean?
The guy is so out, like so
Oh,
clueless.
right,
like,
right.
That's Earth.
That's funny.
Like that's
Right,
like
right.
his.
Oh, that's Earth.
Or And this seems like it might have been. I can't remember if I turned the oven off.
Oh,
Like that would be one
okay.
of the worst feelings.
What if it's like a giant mushroom cloud coming off Earth? Oh, I forgot to turn the oven off. That's so silly.
Well, I was thinking of something like, "Hey, I can see my place from here."
Yeah, okay, I can see my house. Yeah, I can see my house from here. I don't. Is that already a caption?
It feels familiar.
I'm gonna punch in. I can see my house from here in the Condé Nast cartoon store and see how many things come up.
Yeah.
If not, that's the
Yeah,
caption.
yeah. Yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah. This one is like it's really blizzardy outside.
Okay.
Guy leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at his flatmate on the couch, or
Yeah.
wife, or boyfriend, or whatever it is.
Right.
And it's fucking tipping it down outside.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, "I know, but my hair looks incredible today." Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone out because your outfit looks good? You just go out.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. You're just having. You're like, I don't care
I
what the
don't
weather
give a
is.
shit. Someone needs to see this. I'll go and have a drink by myself. I don't care.
That's funny. Yeah, but look how yeah, that's good. I like that. There is what was that other one we were trying to find a cartoon for? It was a great caption, which was in this weather. That's such a good caption for like. Something.
Yeah.
In this weather?
In this weather. That's right.
If anyone ever has a suggestion for, it's like a reverse caption competition. Like truly, Susan, I envy no man. In this weather,
In this weather.
I'll draw it up if we get a good one.
The this one is. You know how like when you're on there's always one person on the group chat that's just got the GIF that always just sends a GIF
yeah.
for every single thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to have someone like saying to another person like, "What's the best GIF to say I crashed your car, but it was a raccoon's fault?"
There's a gift for that.
There's a GIF
there's
for
a
that.
GIF for
The
everything.
idea of that, like, is there a Sopranos GIF that will tell that story? You know, like it's always like Tony shaking his head or Khaleesi like shrugging, or like it's all these like pop culture. They're always kind of cool shows, like
I'm just
you know someone from The Wire, like you know when Weebay had his mind blown. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of.
What if it's so the car is crashed in the background and there's a raccoon running away from the scene and the person's on their phone saying, "I'm just looking for a gift to explain this."
Yeah.
Or a Sopranos gift.
I'm
would
looking
be
for a
kind of-
Sopranos. Yeah.
Specificity is funny in comedy, but I wonder
I'm
how.
looking for a Sopranos reaction GIF.
Yeah,
to
but to explain this
to my insurer or.
to my insurer or to my wife.
No, I don't think. I just think to explain it. I don't think we say
explain
who, to
this.
whom there.
Because if it's someone else's car, like they've crashed someone else's car, do we say, "Is there a way to explain this to my wife? Is there an explain away
maybe-
this to
maybe it's
my
just- maybe that's not the angle. Like
Yeah,
the idea
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
reaction GIF.
reaction gives funny?" Yeah, there's something in that. If there's, I just again, if it's not so handholdy and obvious.
Yeah,
If there's
that's
a way
the
to show,
issue,
don't
right?
say. Yeah, it's so funny because like so many cartoons that I see around, you immediately see them, and then your brain. It's like musicians not being able to go to a gig and switch that off, or like
Yeah.
artists not being able to read Mad Magazine without studying the. Like you can't just enjoy it as a reader. Now you have to pick it apart. Whenever I
It must
look
be
at
hard for porn stars.
Yes.
Like if they're watching
must
porn,
be
if
hard
they're
for porn
like,
stars.
if they're like,
yeah, they're like, oh, wouldn't have done that.
yeah,
Yeah, different. Oh, that's a bad angle.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. It's you look at cartoons and then you think, oh, I wonder if there was another way to do that, or I wonder how many other ways they executed that. They put it, structurally, or until they arrived at that. And you don't try and punch it up necessarily. You just kind of deconstruct it and go, oh yeah, that's how they got there. And you want to dissect the frog a little bit, which is you've got to resist. Sometimes you just got to enjoy the cartoon.
yeah.
Enjoy the frog. Well, I don't. I mean, my favorite frog cartoon is that one of Sam Gross's with it's just wheeling out of the French kitchen with on the little
On the wheelchair.
wheelchair
That's right.
without any legs.
Yeah, that's very good.
The look on the diner's faces looking over is
Yeah,
everything. That's the best part of that whole cartoon.
Yeah,
So good.
That's very good. That's a really good joke, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got some. We're going to pitch double this week.
Oh,
because,
are we?
Well, because they're buying double.
Oh, they're buying double.
So we're going to pitch a big old batch this week. Yeah.
What have you got?
All right.
Hey,
yeah,
can
I've
I
got-
just before you go? Into yours,
Yeah.
Do you have anyone on your Facebook that is like in MLMs.
What's MLM?
Multi-level marketing. It's essentially like pyramid schemes, like
Oh, no.
Herbalife and skincare things.
I did back in like 07, 08. Yeah. Yeah.
I've just become obsessed with it.
With the people
with
or the
people that do it,
videos?
this person I know,
Yeah.
he's on Facebook forever, like selling, like join my team and
Right.
and
I'm a
it's-
double diamond.
Yeah. That's right, exactly right.
Yeah, I did have a lot of that. And again, this is pre the algorithm being as sophisticated as it is now.
Right.
And it was back when I was living in Perth, and I did have
It's
friends
amazing to
in
think
Amway.
of primitive algorithms.
Yeah,
Like to me,
isn't that-
algorithms are so advanced.
Yeah, but back then it was so like, oh, it was just whoever posted it 6:47, it would come up at 6:47, you
Yeah.
know. And I had some friends in Amway, which was called A2K back then. They rebranded it because they didn't.
great.
It's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know if it was a tweet or something I put out, which was like, it's not a pyramid scheme, guy in a pyramid scheme, or like, it's not a cult, guy in a cult.
That's pretty.
They're things that they always have to say. It's not a pyramid scheme.
Well,
really?
Well, I mean,
MLM. Yeah, there was a great John Oliver.
yeah.
Last week tonight.
Last week tonight.
About MLMs, which
It's always
was
that
so
thing
good.
of volunteering information is always a big sign.
Yeah. That's a bit. Yeah, and it's the attitudes as well. Like they're crazy.
It's really like a cult.
It's genuine. Well, it's textbook cult. I mean,
Yeah.
the way that they do it all and they pitch it as, oh, it's freedom and all this. But it's these people stockpiling stuff in their garage.
Oh yeah,
They have all these products to get to these next levels, and then they're broke.
And when you
basically.
look at the consultant income,
Yeah.
it's like most people earn $0.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
actually
yeah.
lose money.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So you have these people on your Facebook?
Yeah, one of them, and I'm obsessed. And
Yeah.
now I like go to their friends to see how they're doing, and they're talking to their friends, and
Right.
it's so wild.
Yeah, right. Is it
Fascinated by
an
it.
Egyptian
Well,
salesman walking around
yeah.
going, look, it's not a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Why does everyone keep saying that? Maybe that's what they're doing. Like he's dressed as a pharaoh, like
Listen, it's
with
not
his A-frame, like trying to explain the company structure.
yeah, a little whiteboard.
I know what you're thinking. Like, that's
I
just
know
so-
what
I
you're
know what you're
thinking.
thinking.
Look, it's not a pyramid
Yeah,
scheme.
but like in the class is happening like in clearly just a classroom. Like
Yeah.
they're just there.
But there's like stone
Yeah,
tablets and
yeah,
like
yeah.
chisels.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Listen, I know what you're thinking. He's got the big headpiece on.
Before we get to questions.
Speaking of Facebook, we have a Facebook page now.
Oh yeah.
So jump onto that if you haven't already.
Yeah, get
I think it's
involved.
just, is there something in this
Is there something in this?
podcast? Just jump on that on Facebook. We post sort of our rejected cartoons and stuff like that. We got a daily in. I forgot to mention that. We got a daily
Oh, we
cartoon
did.
in. It was the Clemson football.
Oh yeah, didn't we talk about
We
that
never
last
mentioned
week?
it.
Oh,
No, we
really?
forgot to mention
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Which, yeah. So you jump onto Instagram or the Facebook page and check that one out.
We're real. Validate us.
Yes. And also vote for us on the podcast.
Oh, the
awards.
podcast. Can I just say,
I don't know.
don't bother.
All right. I don't know what
it's
it
a
is.
huge pain in the ass to do it.
Oh,
Ashka
really?
tried to
It's-
vote, and I appreciate anyone that has. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
but you've got to sign up, and you've got to do all this
Oh, it's a
bullshit.
whole- I
It's
thought it was a
not-
click.
So did I. That's why I
Oh.
was like, you should do this thing.
Yeah. So they basically just get everyone's details. is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So
Ah,
I that's why I haven't been promoting that.
Yeah,
since
okay.
I realized
shit,
because
I didn't realize.
I didn't realize because I registered
Right.
us, so they know
Yeah.
we're real, and
Oh.
then I didn't realize that everyone had to go through that.
Maybe
rigmarole.
we'll be the first losers. There you go. We're the best losers.
the best losers.
Yeah, we'll get the least.
But we're in a few categories for
Oh,
this thing.
well,
So
there you
some
go.
of them aren't. There's one thing where they're like,
cartoons about New Yorker cartoons.
yeah,
like
I
podcasts
got-
about
yeah,
cartoons.
If we don't win the podcast about New Yorker cartoons, I'll feel slightly aggrieved.
Yeah.
But one of the things they've got is like I got an email saying, "Hey, would you like to get some feedback about your podcast from the judges?"
Ooh.
I say, no, I would not.
No, sir.
It's fine.
Rate and review on
We're good. Yeah, if you
We're
want to
good.
review us, do it there.
We also got one in Mad Magazine this last week. It was the
Oh, after the Stone,
yeah. Roger Stone was arrested.
Yeah.
The presidential suite is
and
the
it was
one.
a prison cell.
Yes.
I like that prison
Yeah,
cell.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we'll be seeing a bit more of that prison cell the next sort of
I
while.
think so too. Is rounding up the old old. One of the best jokes I heard about the Roger Stone arrest, which is a bit much. I think it was Bill Maher, and it was the worst thing about the tattoo, Roger Stone's massive tattoo on his back.
Nixon
Nixon
he's got a picture of
tattoo. It's like,
yeah.
just think of his poor cellmate. How's it going to get hard looking at that? Jump on the Facebook page. This is going out on Friday. So we record this on Sunday. It's going out on Friday. This coming Sunday is the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, yeah.
So in a couple of days will be Super Bowl. I'm going to sizzle something. I got a little something boiling away with Maroon 5 for Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, Super Bowl joke?
Or no, literally with the band Maroon 5.
With the band Maroon 5. Can you talk about it?
I can't talk about it on air, but what this will come out on Friday. The following week's podcast. Tune in to hear.
We're going to explain Jason's run-in with Maroon 5.
Yes. So you'll obviously keep an eye out on Super Bowl Sunday for any little.
What, you're doing something in the halftime show?
To do with Maroon 5. Anyway, keep an eye out. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty
That's
big one.
big.
Yeah, you and I went to watch the football last week.
Yeah.
And I was getting texts from someone who, anyway, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really big.
Are you going to the game?
No. No, that was out of the question. Anyway, so here's my...
How is that out of the question? They're doing the halftime show. You're clearly doing something with them.
Right.
And you're like, oh, but going to the game, that would be insane. What are you talking about? That's the
No.
There'll be more people at the game that have nothing to do with Maroon 5.
Yeah, that's true. Well, all right, we'll see how it goes.
You should go. Get us tickets. Let's go to the football.
All right.
Pod.
Live pod.
Pod from the
Super Bowl Sunday.
Hey, football fans. You guys ready to listen to a pretty laid-back conversation about the subtlety of jokes?
Yeah, go
in the most pretentious magazine in the world. Woo!
Go Monocles! Go the Tribeca Monocles! I was devastated at their loss last week.
Now you have you've got sheets of paper here like a madman, like someone.
Like
I
Kramer
feel like
with the number.
I feel like this is how Tesla pitched the elephant electrocution.
I look like Christopher Lloyd in Back to the Future. We're gonna go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out the flux capacitor. All right. This is because I get my ideas in the shower mostly.
Right.
And I have a pad in the shower that's waterproof. And I write them down.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. Here's my first one. It's two waiters talking to each other.
Yep.
Just off to the side near the kitchen. And the caption at the top is, "When doctors tip." And the caption is that a 3 or a 9?
Oh, right.
I can't.
Yeah.
Handwriting. Is there something in that?
There is.
What if they're just baffled? They're just looking at it. Go, is that a 3 or a 9? And they're two very different shaped numbers that you could never. Mistake.
What if it's? Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. What if it's a pharmacist?
Yep.
Offering to decipher Valentine's cards from doctors.
Your Valentine's cards deciphered.
Yeah. Like dating a doctor, we'll decipher
your Valentine's cards.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a
1 hour.
It's do you know what the problem is you've got me onto this kind of thing. You gave me the Dave Berg book,
of course,
and there's a lot of kind of doctors on the golf course
kind
of those kind of great jokes.
There's a lot of that, and Nick Meglin wrote a ton of that stuff as well, and he was always great at finding that like trope or that just that doctors on golf course, that whole set, and the language and the jokes and all that stuff. Yeah, I always love a good I know it's a bit old boys clubby, but the making fun of silly old men on the golf course or old doctors.
Yeah.
Doddery old doctors.
Yeah.
But the handwriting thing, I haven't seen a doctor handwriting joke in the New Yorker for a while, and part of me goes, oh, is it just because it's a bit hack and it's it's a bit overdone, or is it that no one's really pitched one yet? There's no way to tell without pitching one.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of they always say that schizophrenics when they write kind of suicide notes or whatever,
Right,
the
right.
handwriting will change a
Yeah.
few times depending on kind of which personality is taking
Yeah,
the
that's a real
person
thing.
over.
Yeah.
There's something in a handwriting analysis expert saying, he's very dangerous, but he could also
Be a doctor.
You know?
That's not bad, actually. Handwriting expert with the paper in front of him and the
Yeah.
detectives in that
Yeah.
room and listen, that's
Yeah,
not bad. There could be
The
something in
greatest monster we've ever seen.
that. The greatest mind.
He's either going to kill or save a lot of people. But I do like that. I like that idea of the.
The waiter's just looking baffled,
Or what if it's a group of doctors like
Yeah.
they're wearing
the white
the
coat.
white coat. They've
Yeah.
got stethoscopes and clipboards, and they're just graffitiing gobbledygook all over the like.
Or is it the police finding it and going, this is clearly the work of doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's scour the nearest
None of this makes
GP.
sense. Like next it's like all MS-13 and Bloods and Crips. So you can clearly read it Latin Kings, and then it's just like the doctors.
Yeah, they do. Why do doctors have? I can't for the life of me. They have to do years of study, many years of study, and then prac, and then all this stuff. And there is no other occupation that is more important than you can read.
Yeah.
And that's the occupation that has the worst handwriting. It's literally life and death.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that? Do they need ibuprofen or erythromycin? What I can't. Oh, and then that could lead to someone's death. It's like, I'm very sorry, his handwriting was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, these are people who are surgeons. Surely they've got the finest hands in the world, like Doctor Strange style surgeons with like scalpels. Yet pick up a pen,
Yeah.
all bets are off. What is that? Why are they doing this? This sounds like a fucking Seinfeld routine from 1990. But anyway, it does seem a little strange that's
It is quite a disconnect. Having said that, have you handwritten anything lately, like a note? Or you've got great handwriting, so you don't really count.
Well,
Mine is terrible. Mine looks like
mine's not good. Look at it. I mean, it's a mess.
mine looks like a ransom note. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have good handwriting when I'm
Which is
writing.
bad because what it does is bad handwriting can, like, if I'm writing like a note to Ashika or
Right.
a Mother's Day card or something.
Why are you writing a Mother's Day card
Well,
to Ashka?
because the way because listen, it's a complicated relationship. It can take like a lovely sentiment and make
Yeah.
it look like a list of demands, really.
Right.
Just because you've got
Yeah.
that kind of.
Is it? Yeah, sorry. The greeting card thing just got me on a different track. The deciphering doctors' birthday cards or Valentine's Day cards, because it's Valentine's Day in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's not a bad Valentine's Day card jokes. I wonder if we're too late, but Valentine's Day jokes are pretty solid. Like whether we sell it or not, I think we should do one. I think we should pitch one.
A Valentine's joke?
Yeah. Just purely for the topicality of it. I mean, we whether we sell it or not, we'll put it on
Oh,
the
well, I
Facebook
mean, this is
page
the
and people
joke.
can
Well,
see it.
is this the joke? Is like two female roommates. One has a bunch of flowers, and she's saying to the other one, "It's only capitalist commercial crap when I don't get anything."
That's good. Or when I get something I don't like.
Yeah, like that's always my thing. Is like
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is a bunch of bullshit until
you-
someone,
Until you get a Rolex.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, that's not bad actually. I think that's an angle. That's definitely
That's not a
an
bad angle.
Yeah, it's only vacuous capitalist.
Yeah, there you
crap.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's clearly something she's had quoted back to her.
Totally.
Yeah.
Someone go, I thought you
Yeah,
said.
yeah. Yeah,
I like it when
didn't you?
something's implied that
Yeah.
someone said something
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, wait, let me put a caveat on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
yeah.
I think that could be
I
worth
like that. All right.
chucking in.
I'll pitch that. Now, you know when you go to CVS, right? You pay for something and then you get this receipt and it is as long as both of your arms.
Yeah.
It's literally the height of you. And it's absurd. And people, once in a while, like, I think I remember seeing, like, Nikki Glazer would always wrap it around her as a sash and be like, Miss CVS 2019 or
pretty
whatever.
funny.
But I haven't seen any cartoons about long CVS receipts. Now,
I
that doesn't
saw-
mean there aren't any.
I
but-
saw a lol about it on.
Oh, you did?
Which was the ribbons, in the rhythmic
Yeah.
gymnastics.
Oh, they're CVS
It was
receipts?
like, look at this girl with a CVS receipt.
Okay.
Killing it. Yeah.
So that's a great joke.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Here's the joke. Here's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's a woman at the checkout, checking out at CVS, and then she's got the receipt, and it's just like it's just going all the way down and trailing off to the end of the cartoon. And she's saying, and they say print is dead.
That's not bad.
That was very New Yorker cartoon,
yeah.
Because there's so many There was an article in the New Yorker last week that ran, which is, and it runs every year. Is journalism dead? Is print dead?
I'm so sick of these
it's just copy
hand-wringing,
and
introspective.
Yeah. It's very, very.
Just die with dignity.
And it literally had the Grim Reaper as a picture,
Just
and I'm like,
show some, come
yeah.
on.
yeah, go out.
Show
with-
some fucking spine on the way out.
Yeah, as someone who works in newspapers, as someone who has worked in newspaper comic strips for a long time, I'm like, okay, can we stop asking the same question every year?
And it's the thing of, do you know what it is as well? It's the, do I look fat? And it's like journalism wants everyone to go, no, we need you.
We'll give to you,
Yeah,
Guardian.
sorry.
Do you have a Patreon?
Never treat you poorly again.
Never treat you poorly
Yeah,
again.
it's fine.
Apart from
If
that,
you're good, you'll be fine.
right.
You know what I mean? If you're writing, I tell you what,
Mm.
I wouldn't be remortgaging the house
Yeah.
if my job was writing recaps of The Bachelor. I'd be I'd be keeping an eye out for other opportunities.
Yeah. I think.
However, if you're breaking stories
Sure.
and writing interesting things,
Yeah.
like Richard Cook, for instance,
Right.
he's fine.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a place for
Sure. Those people can write books.
exactly.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, there's a gaping void between Hugh McKay and the guy who writes the person
And
who writes the
Fitzy and Whipper was spotted at Bondi. Great. That's and you know what?
classic Fitzy.
I understand. But
yeah,
we don't need that.
yeah, totally. The other angle on the
People
CBS
are
one,
dying.
people are literally Fitzy and Whipper spotted it.
yeah.
Tamarama Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
All
I
right.
love both those guys.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
lovely. I don't need to know that.
No one needs to know
No.
that. Nobody needs to know
Candace
that.
warn us, but yeah.
It's the newspaper equivalent of having Gilmore Girls on in the background. It is the whitest noise.
So we've been
Have we talked about this?
no.
My
Ashika's I can't handle it.
No, my wife for the last 4 years, since Gilmore Girls was on Netflix, she just has it on repeat. It just goes through all the seasons,
Just
start
does
to finish.
laps.
Just does laps. She's on about her 60th lap of Gilmore Girls, and I've heard all it is. I made a snarky comment on Twitter. I think I said, "You know what Gilmore Girls needs? More fucking dialogue.
Yeah.
It's just packed
it's
to
heavy.
the rim with dialogue." There's no moments of silence or contemplation or anything. Even when there are, it's la 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 la. It's some weird chick on a guitar, and it's and so I'm like, can you please wear headphones when you're listening to that?
Oh, really?
Because she literally has it on constantly as just white noise in the background, and I'm like, I can't be dealing with this.
So Ashika,
You know the characters.
I know all the characters. I know
don't.
them all.
I know Luke.
Luke.
That's it.
Yeah, the hat wearing Luke.
That's why I know. him.
Melissa
Wears a hat.
Melissa
She
McCarthy.
is in it, isn't she? McCarthy. I
McCarthy.
just saw her in a really good film. She was.
She
in,
kills it.
Really?
She's so far above everyone else on that
Well,
show.
she's the only one who went on to-
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can see why. Like you're like,
Right.
oh yeah, you're really good.
Yeah, right. What does she
Um,
do? What
She plays the chef
okay.
in the bed and breakfast.
Right.
The
I can feel that
protagonist
there's going to be a
follows.
Gilmore Girls chat segment every episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm learning. Melissa
Well,
McCarthy.
you had the best joke of it, which was when you just texted me. It's like, what is it with intellectual, smart, interesting
super
women?
smart.
Gilmore Girls is catnip for them. They're just like, and Ashika was watching it as you written that to me.
Yeah. And it's one of those things I think one night you were like, fuck it, let's write some jokes. Ashika's on the couch watching Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even, I just sent you a photo of Sophie eating a cheese pizza and watching Gilmore
Well,
Girls
yeah.
at the same time.
I have
Something
to
about
walk out.
switching the brain
it's
off.
It's too
it-
irksome and
It's stressful.
Yeah.
It's a frequency that relaxes smart women and irritates idiotic men.
it's
That's
true.
what it is.
Yeah.
I think
The-
we've figured this out.
It's like one of those sounds that only millennials can hear this. It's like this ringtone.
Only millennials can hear this. And it's Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls. And all we hear is like,
That's terrible. We're gonna get hate on this.
I welcome the
Oh,
Gilmore.
yes.
This is
Totally.
I'm that meme now. Gilmore Girls is trash. Changed my mind. Right.
I'll wait.
Email us. Email us.
I'll
I want to
wait.
hear. I want to hear.
Right now,
It's my trade-off now.
yeah. All these Gilmore Girls people are now tweeting the "Look what they did to my boy." Man. your favorite.
My
meme.
favorite.
You're killing it with the old memes.
The
at the moment.
veto.
The other angle on the CVS receipt was like a printing press. You know, there's one of those giant printing presses with that they print the newspapers
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
And the press operator, you know, with the hat and the big red button, and someone sort of leaning over, like pointing, he's like, "Oh no, this is a CVS receipt."
No, the first one.
Yeah, I thought the first one too. Is there something in this? It's a guy. It's like an artist. You know, beret, skivvy. Turtleneck. You know, it's sort of in the gallery, but it's just the whole gallery is like flooded. It's dripping from the roof. It's just like there's water. The paintings are like dripping off, and I get my best ideas in the shower.
Oh, I don't mind
Or
that.
is it his like idea thing? Sorry to jump in. Or the alt is like his paintings or his ideas, and it's just like you can't read them because they're like the ink has run from all the water. Like he's like, I get my best ideas in the shower, but this is water. It's like ink run everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't read it. Which of those is the most like situational, cartoony kind of? Do you think gallery?
What if is there something in the idea where it's kind of twisting the real estate one?
Yeah.
Where all the images are just like it's like bars of soap. It's just all shower shit. Like it's just like
my best ideas in the shower.
And
it's a photo
and it's
of
all it's got is
shampoo.
just photos of shampoo
funny.
and
I think that's it.
like a rubber ducky and like you know.
And he's sitting there with his arms crossed,
Yeah,
looking very
yeah,
pleased
yeah.
with himself.
Yeah.
I get my best ideas in the
Because there's
shower.
something great
That's
about
great.
there's
I like
something
that.
great about someone who's clearly phoned it in, being
Yeah.
called out.
Oh,
But not
Totally.
realizing it.
I love that. Yeah, when someone's calling him on the shit and they're like, no,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Like a very Gervaisian.
Yeah.
I was riding past a gallery in the Lower East Side and I literally just hit the brakes, went back like a cartoon. And I looked in the window, I was like, fuck off. This
was it?
is a joke. This is ridiculous. It was an exhibition like of paintings so bad. It was like a 3-year-old threw a tantrum and knocked over paint, but also then tried to make something of it. And but genuinely, it's just bad art. I know there's no bad art, but it was just
it's totally
terrible.
bad art.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, no, it's what you like. I'm like, nah, fuck that. This was a waste of wall space.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to pitch to these guys. I want an exhibition.
Yeah.
We could do an exhibition.
We could do an exhibition.
And I was like, this is insane. The stuff that gets, and it sells.
Yeah.
It sells. I'm like, this is criminal.
But this is the proof that if you just put something in the right spot.
Yes.
So I'm always
Location,
a sucker.
location,
Yeah.
location.
So I'm a sucker. Do you know what I fall for?
Yeah.
You know, in Soho, there's like Mercer Worcester Green, like those kind of cobble
Yes.
streets, and there's
Old
all the
New
cool,
York.
cool shops. There's like APC
I'd call them
and
boutiques.
Rag and Bone and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm such a sucker for if you just put your shop on that street, I'll think
Yeah.
you've got cool stuff.
Really?
So I'm like, oh, an espresso store. That's pretty cool. Hey, you know.
I know exactly the one
You
you're
know
talking
exactly what I
about.
mean. The one on the
one
corner of
across from the
Mercer
bar.
and
yeah.
Spring.
Yeah, cobbled streets do a lot
They
for a place.
fuck me up.
Don't
and
they?
I'm like,
There's a
and
restaurant.
that's where I'm like, yeah, maybe I should get a Bape tracksuit for $1,500. I mean, it's pretty cool around here.
Well, I mean, on the
and
cobbled
then I
streets.
get home,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just bought a $1,500
Yeah,
tracksuit. What am I-
London's the same. Like
Yeah,
Soho.
London. Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, this
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
What is that? It's a cobbled street. Anything with cobbled streets.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and all the laneways in Melbourne as well. That has it. All right, so my next one. We've got when doctors tip, the CVS, and they say print is dead, and then the other one. Best ideas in the show. I like the idea of the pictures being all like
Yeah, I think
shampoo,
that's-
soap on a rope.
Yeah.
What is it? Soap on a rope, rope-a-dope, whatever it is.
Soap on a rope, but you treat it like soap on a rope because it beats in the lives itself. Dope.
Whoa,
It's a
what is
Public
that?
Enemy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bring the noise.
Is there something in this? You know, when you're on the L train between First Avenue and Bedford, I think.
Yeah, when I'm sweating and panicking. And,
Yes, and you're
and I used
claustrophobic
to,
mess.
when I used to live there.
You used to do that every day.
I used to do it every day, and every day I'd take like snacks and water. Like I was going on a hike.
Snacks and water.
Yeah, in case it stopped underwater and I'd
Oh.
have something to drink and something to eat.
And you were going to be in daylight, like Sylvester Stallone.
Man,
Wrong
yeah.
river, though.
Never forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Opening scene where he loses the person.
Right. Yeah. He's always losing people.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger, daylight.
Oh, cliffhanger. No, I've got it.
No, there's a in the
I got
scene
it
in
mistaken
Daylight,
with
he
Cliff-
loses-
Oh, really?
Yeah, same with the Meg. I've lost someone. I've got to go to Thailand.
That's
Get away.
Who are you talking about?
The Meg. No, I'm talking about
No, I
every
know.
action hero
Oh.
has a thing where they lose someone in the start, and then it
Stallone
haunts
wasn't
them.
in the Meg.
No,
The Meg was the worst.
Schwarzenegger. The Meg's my
I
favorite film.
loved it.
It's my favorite film. I love it. So
Dwight
much.
Schrute playing an eccentric billionaire.
The whale. Ah, best death ever. I highly recommend the
It's
Meg.
very bad.
Oh,
Also Australia's Ruby Rose.
Yes, doing a pretty average American
Hit
accent.
American accent, and she's
Oh,
like,
and the Doctor as well is Australian. It was filmed. A lot of it was filmed in Australia and China because the Chinese funded that film.
you could tell it's very Chinese.
Very Pacific Ocean.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Aussies in that, and Tamira Morrison as well. He's
Oh,
in it as
really?
well, but he's got a weird American
Yeah,
accent.
they've all got weird American
Boba Fett.
accents.
Okay, so there's something in this L Train. When you, for those of you listening in Australia, when you go between
First and Bedford.
Manhattan and Brooklyn, there's a bunch of people. They jump out and they swing around poles and they
Oh yeah.
dance and but a lot of the time they will yell "Showtime!"
Showtime.
Right. What if due to they try and do that, but then they're like a lawyer walks in like due to an IP infringement, we're no longer allowed. Brought to you by Showtime, the network. You're now only allowed to say whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah.
We're about to perform, or is it due to a merger? You now have to say HBO because Showtime's a massive network.
Yeah.
With HBO.
Yeah.
What do they say instead of
Disney
Showtime?
Showtime or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, or Disney. Say Disney. You have to say Disney now instead of Showtime. Or you have to
It's-
say Amazon Prime, or like you have to say Hulu.
What if it's like, you know how the kids always like, they've always got they're young, like, for the people that don't know,
Yeah.
they're like
Athletic.
16 to kind of 25-year-old like dudes that are swinging around.
Yeah, and then they pass around a hat.
They are the fittest people in the world. They look
totally.
incredible, and they take any opportunity to get the lid off. Like the shirts are off.
Yes.
It's like everyone's in parkas. You
Yeah.
can see people's breath on the train, and they're
Yeah.
still like, "Oh, I gotta get this shirt off." You're like, "I'd get it off too, mate." Me too.
With those abs,
Yeah,
absolutely.
do it. Yeah.
He's like a Cirque du Soleil
It's
reject.
yeah.
It's insane.
So
and
is there something in someone going, what is it with Showtime and nipples? Like, you know how Showtime's always like got topless people on.
True. What is it with Showtime and nipples? Is it viral? Is it a viral advertising thing? What do they call it? Guerrilla marketing or whatever it is. Showtime? Like, oh wow, they're really
Yeah.
going heavy with this season, because I think what's the big one on Showtime? It's Billions, isn't it? It's like guerrilla marketing for billions. Is people going on subway? Showtime. All right, I subscribed.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it. Except anyway, I don't know.
No,
There
yeah.
could be, it could be a bit hacked, but I don't know. There could be something in that.
I want to go back to the CVS,
Yeah. Right.
what the caption is.
Yeah. Oh, right. Because there could be something other than, and they say print is dead. I mean, I like that, but there could be something else in
Yeah.
there because the long receipt and it's also so wasteful. Like,
That's the other
Can't
thing.
you email it to me,
Yeah.
or can't you Kindle it? Like, can we get this on Kindle? Is this and it's also like, what if you go to CVS to buy receipt paper, and then it's like
That's
it's-
funny.
It's redundant.
I think print is dead is probably
You think?
is the angle.
We may come up with an alt for it, but for now, I reckon that might
Yeah.
be the
It's good. It's funny.
Is there something in this? We were texting each other and thank you for. I was on the cross train, the elliptical at the gym, burning no calories.
Really doing it tough.
Yeah,
Real Todd Gurley hours.
and the person next to me was looking a bit askance because I was watching what you had sent me, which was a Twitter link to Trump's speech.
Oh,
He'd just
the-
waddled out and
the
announced-
Rose Garden.
Yeah.
the shutdown.
and the temporary end to the shutdown. A mad speech.
It really was. It was
The ramblings of a mad king.
freewheeling, let's say.
Yeah, he was off the cuff. I mean, he was off the fucking reservation.
No,
but
he wasn't off the cuff. He was reading that.
really, he was reading. Someone wrote that.
There were parts that he did where he goes off book. You can tell
Yeah,
it's just he just like he just doubles down. Was so big, biggest you've ever seen. You've never seen anything so big like
You
that.
won't. Oh, you won't believe.
You won't believe.
And I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, we probably won't because it's going to be a lie.
I still my favorite of all of the Trump quotes.
Yeah.
My favorite is still in one of the debates where he goes, "If I'm elected, I'm going to be so presidential, you won't believe it."
You won't believe it.
I'm going to be so presidential.
No, I don't believe it. You're absolutely right. It's such a good quote. What an idiotic thing
Because
to say.
someone has said, people worried you're not going to be presidential.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know how to do this.
Do you remember after his
Just
first-
directly.
I think it was like his first State of the Union or whatever it was. It was like everyone, especially the Republicans, were like, listen, this is when you're going to see him become presidential.
yeah.
And it didn't fucking happen.
no.
Like Colbert, but they still said it even though it didn't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
like, see now. And Colbert was the perfect, like, he just came out with the perfect rebuke to it. And it was just like, it was magical to watch it all play out in real time.
Yeah.
Because I think he did it the night of the
Oh, really?
State of the Union address. So they were all, the writers' room were all watching it and just writing as they went.
That's great.
It was perfect. I had another one which was also with the Showtime thing. Is it at the end they pass around the hat? Is it something like you hear them afterwards go, "Oh, and please rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast"? Like, is there everyone's got a fucking podcast? Like the Showtime
yeah.
guys, do they have a podcast? Like instead of saying,
Well, SoundCloud is.
"Oh,
other one,
yeah." SoundCloud is a big one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, subscribe.
I don't know. I feel like it's.
It's just them yelling Showtime on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I'm always a bit worried about those.
Yeah, I know what
things.
you mean. I know what you mean. All right, well, here's a different angle. So based on the speech that Trump gave,
yep.
he said, he conceded, he goes, it was never going to be a wall. It was never really a physical wall.
Oh yeah, he's
never
really walking that back.
really
Yeah,
walking it back. And the Mexicans, maybe they won't pay for it. But I never said they would.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, wait,
yeah.
what? You said
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah.
We have it on camera many, many times. But now he's saying, like, it's drones. It'll be drones will be the virtual wall that
Oh, it's now a virtual wall.
it's so now like he's added to it saying like, oh yeah, we're talking about it's going to be a virtual wall where it's drones monitoring the border. So it's like a wall, but it's drones. And it's like,
right.
oh wow, you're really reaching now. And I was thinking like the guy who I think LaGuardia was shut down for an afternoon.
LaGuardia, Newark,
before-
and Philly.
Yeah, but before the shutdown. There was because there was a drone in the airspace.
Oh, really?
Similar to Heathrow. I think Heathrow
Heathrow and Gatwick. both
Gatwick
had 'em.
because they had drones in the airspace. And it happened at LaGuardia last week. And I wonder if it's the guy getting arrested for the drone. He's like, got his hands behind his back, cuffed, and saying, no, it's not a drone. It's a wall.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
What drone? This
That's-
is a wall.
That's funny. I hadn't heard that though.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, then maybe it's not
Yeah,
as ubiquitous.
that's the only issue we're gonna have with that one.
And it wasn't. It was like one afternoon. It was like it, and the story was like in the Post. So it was like it was a
Right,
local New
right,
York story.
right.
But maybe it's just like a kid asking his dad for his birthday. Dad, for my birthday, can you buy me a wall? Like, and he's pointing at a drone.
That's
like on the
funny.
shelf, like a.
But
a
I hadn't
little-
heard Trump say that about the drone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was suggested to him by some kind of like advisor or security personnel or whatever it was. Or no, it was the Department of Border Security or Homeland Security, whatever it was. They were saying, yeah, it's going to be way more efficient instead of building a wall to just have drones flying over the border. It'll be and they can just glide and they can monitor movement with heat signatures or something. That's on the table right now as an alternative. And I think the Dems are like, yeah, we could maybe stretch to that
That's crazy.
as a virtual wall. Yeah. Anyway, and
That's so crazy.
yeah, it's really getting bonkers. I mean, and you just wait just before the Super Bowl, he'll do something even more ridiculous
Isn't
because
he doing
it'll
an
be
interview
drenched.
during the Super Bowl? Like, wasn't that one
Really?
of the? Yeah, I think
Oh, what an
NBC with CBS.
But
or
that's the
something.
thing, like,
CBS was going to do it.
It's just going to go. Everything's going to go under the radar. It's going to sneak things under the radar. All right, and thank you for all the feedback on the suggestion pod last week. If you want to send in your suggestions,
Oh yeah, there's some good ones. Thank you for them.
yeah, send them to. Actually, you know what? Send them through the Facebook page.
Do the
now.
Facebook. Yeah.
I'm not going to accept suggestions through anything but the
Oh,
Facebook page now.
God,
Just
you're like
to
a
get
caravan
you.
park owner. You know they're always.
What does
They always are
that
like they're
mean?
little dictators.
Oh
they
my
have
God.
their
My
little,
little
fiefdoms and they just boss everyone
No,
around.
well, I want people to go to the Facebook page.
I know.
And there's a button there that says
but
message.
this ultimatum,
Send message. Well, I don't know. Look,
there's going to be backlash.
let's be honest. Just send them
There's
how the fuck you
gonna
want.
be
I don't care.
there's gonna be people that aren't gonna like being pushed around.
Yeah.
The people that want to get involved are like us. They're free spirits. They're artists.
Are they though?
They have
Yeah, I suppose.
they have a song in their heart and they want people to
song
hear
in
it.
their heart. What are you
And
talking
you're
about?
and you're constricting them.
What are you doing? Constricting them. Get out of it.
Listen,
All right.
we're not gonna lie to you. We just want your data. That's all this is about.
Is that something? We're not going to lie to you. We just want your data. That's very funny. Should
What
we?
about that? What about that? Like, if it's someone like saying they're trying to get your data, like something like we can do this the hard way or the slow, like crippling way. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like how
right.
social media. That's
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a joke there. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. First one is from Amelia Cormack.
Hey, look at this.
Thank you for finally sending this in. Amelia, hey, Chatto and Duels, I'm finally sending you my suggestion.
She did mention this at the live pod. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah,
that's
she,
right.
She
She's like,
mentioned
I've
she
got
had
one.
something. Yeah.
I've held on to this one for a while. It may be totally terrible and way too cutesy, but here goes. Inspired by our cat, Nosh. A guy sitting on an armchair with a cat on his lap. The cat is in absolute bliss with its claws sunk into the man's legs, saying, I love you. The man is in immense pain, maybe gripping the chair's arms, a pained expression on his face. Or he's saying, you're making that abundantly clear. Not sure about the wording, and it's not the most incisive of jokes, but make of it what you will. Love the pod and looking forward to the next live one. Now, if you have two separate things, you have to maybe either show the cat with a love heart or implying that it loves you, and the guy goes, yeah, I get it. You love me.
Yeah.
You're making that abundantly clear. Like the cat's claws in the legs. There's something about, because they do that. They claw you. They sink their claws into your legs.
Need your face.
They need you. They massage you.
I like the
Cat massage.
the thing that I take out of that, the thing that I really like about that
Yeah.
is this bullshit thing, and it's particularly cat owners, no
Yep.
offense to Amelia and her ilk,
Yes.
but which is when cats do some despicable asshole stuff.
Right.
Oh, it's because he really likes you.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
he likes you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she said, "Oh yeah, I just realized I misplaced a word. The man should be saying you're making that painfully clear."
Yeah.
So I think that is the angle of it. But I do like that someone doing mean things is he likes you.
He likes
Like a
you.
bear ripping you to shreds. Oh, that means he likes you.
Yeah.
Like a brown bear just raw. Yeah, that means he likes you. Like the Revenant style thing.
Jason has just put on sunglasses inside.
Hey, I'm
In
cool.
one of the
You
one of the most despicable things I've ever seen in my life.
you might say it's despicable.
This is and now he's going visual gags. This is really falling
On
to
a
bits.
podcast. What a fucking idiot. You had a great one this week on Twitter with the old
the Mueller.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mueller leaving no
Idiotic.
stone unturned. Yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
a funny joke.
Is it?
I thought it was. I like the idea of like, if it's hurting you, he likes you, and then there's someone like just in complete like,
Agony.
or like in like bandages head to toe, but not as much as she likes John.
Right. Yeah. Or is it? Oh yeah, that's her ex. Or like that's.
Or if it's like he likes you, like the way it's picked it up. Like if you apply that then to a human,
Right. You hurt the ones you love the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just someone just wailing on. He really likes
He
you.
really likes you. Oh Jesus! I think spousal abuse might be a bit.
No, I wasn't saying
Yeah,
no.
no,
It's
no,
just
I
on a
know.
no.
All right. So this next one is from Lachlan Dobby. Thanks, Lachlan. Hey, mate, is there something in this? Last ep, we were talking about the llamas, like Dalai Lama and Demi.
Dobbies, we're related to Dobbies.
You
my
are?
family.
Dobby the garden gnome or whatever he is in Harry Potter. Isn't he like the sock gnome or whatever?
I've
not
never
a-
read or seen Harry Potter.
For the record, you
For
said
the
that.
record.
You said like you were in some kind of
On a deposition.
deposition.
I don't know. I don't know to what you refer.
I have not seen or read Harry
Yeah,
Potter
I
or
haven't.
Dobby.
And people say, "Why not?" Because I've been an adult since it's come out. That's why.
This is why you don't read comic books.
Yeah.
All right. You do read Mad though, so that
I
counts
read
for
Mad
something.
magazine. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
So yeah, Dobby, we're related to Dobby.
All
so
right.
if this is a
Based-
if this is nepotism for getting on the show,
doesn't matter.
who cares?
Last step, we're talking about the llamas, like the Dalai Lama.
Oh yeah.
Should be two mother llamas talking and one bragging. He's in the running for Dalai.
That's
So
not
it's like
bad.
Two llama mums. Also, an old man praying mantis with his arm. Every fucking week we have a praying,
Praying
mantis.
mantis,
Gather. Old man praying mantis with his arm around a young praying mantis, saying, "The secrets to an open relationship. The secret's an open relationship, but I don't go out." Maybe at an anniversary party. Anyway, my message might not make any sense, but
No,
that's
no,
because
no.
I probably had too many Dooley beers.
Oh,
of
hello.
the show. Yeah,
It's a little Dum Dum reference.
Is it?
Yeah, Dum Dum.
What's a
Club.
Dooley beer?
I'll tell you later.
All right. I'll tell you later. Yeah, every week we get maybe 4
Praying mantis
praying
jokes.
mantis jokes, and I have to pick one.
Oh, I like him. I like the praying mantis one. We still haven't quite cracked it. Like,
Yeah.
I do like that idea of the old praying mantis.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think
Oh,
we
the
had
old-
that as well, like some virgin, like.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. Pat Doswell. Chado and Dools, good to have you back in 2019. Is there something in this?
Cheers, Pat.
This is a callback to your millennial punishment pitch a little while back. Remember we had a millennial in the room with the cop with his one phone call going, "What's a phone call?"
That's right.
I'm going to
Yeah, I
repitch that
don't
because I
mind
think
that
that's the way.
joke. Yeah, I like that joke.
It could be a judge issuing some kind of court-mandated cord to be attached to a millennial's cordless phone. Like,
Oh, yeah.
love the show, Pat.
don't
Is there something
know.
about like it being tethered or anchored or like because a
The,
phone?
the issue I have there with Pat is that no one's referred to it as a cordless phone
Yeah.
since like 1994.
Thanks, Pat.
So that was the.
He's an old praying
and
mantis.
Pat, and Pat slipped that in like, you know how everyone's got their cordless phones. You know that thing you see that if you go to any comedy club,
Yeah.
you'll see at least one act on the bill trying to slip in a premise
Yeah.
that isn't there just to make their joke work.
Right.
Like, you know, like, you ever been to one of these wheelchair train stations? And you know when you're at a wheelchair train station and people, and you just hope they go with you so that when your wheelchair pun, in 2 minutes comes around,
Right,
it'll
right.
seem like, oh, this guy, he's thinking about wheelchair train station. It's not until you get home, you're like, there's no such thing as a wheelchair. What? But by that stage, it's too late.
Right.
You've had your 2 drinks.
You've had your 2 offense minimum.
That guy's come, yeah.
This next one is great. It's not even like a pitch of a joke. It's just, is there something in this? And Vento for Attack has just sent Dancing with Jesus.
Yes,
It's a book. Is there something
That's
in
great.
Dancing with Jesus?
That's
An
great.
actual book that is for sale. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Dancing
pretty
with
funny.
Jesus.
That's
I mean,
really funny.
Yeah, he's nimble on his feet.
That's
he's-
funny.
He's great on water. He does that great moonwalk
Dancing
on
with
water.
Jesus. That's
Dancing
so
with
weird.
Jesus. I mean, it's a premise.
It's something.
I mean, I stray away really from the religious jokes lately just because it's like, I wonder if they've all been done,
Yeah.
Jesus jokes. And then other ones I'm like, are they going to buy that? I don't know. Are they going to buy Jesus jokes?
Well, I mean, it's inherently funny.
Yeah, right. Like Bruce Almighty walking up the stairs with a glass of water and with a bottle of water and pouring it into his wine glass and it turning into wine.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching that going, oh, I remember when that was funny. I remember when that was no one had been doing that
That
joke
was a
yet.
Family Guy joke.
Oh,
as
but this
well.
is Bruce Almighty was 04, 05,
Yeah.
3, something like that.
Yeah.
But Family
Yeah.
Guy definitely did all that stuff.
Doing those sorts of things.
'Cause
Like
they had Jesus
was
as
a
a
magician.
recurring character, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've squeezed every Jesus joke dry in Family Guy.
Do people get offended by that? I'm
Yeah,
sure
they do. They do. That's kind of because they're the people who email the most as well. Unfortunately, and guess
Email
who gets
us?
the emails? Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. But religious people tend to email the most when they feel slighted or offended or whatever. For whatever reason, this is just an observation over 15 years of doing cartoons that sometimes
That's
broach
interesting.
religious topics. They're always the most vocal. Yeah, and then and some of them are angry, like some of them are really, really angry, and some of them are just like trying to turn you and be like, listen, if you maybe just read the Word of God and understood, like they try and sell it. I'm like,
so
don't sell to me.
That's so good.
Terrible
Have
idea.
you even read it?
Yeah, the book was better.
Have you even
I
read
mean,
it?
I
'Cause
saw
that
the
was
movie.
thing I was thinking as well. Like, we haven't had a good. You'd make money if you just turned the Bible into a movie, like the whole thing.
Well, you didn't they?
No. I'm saying the entire
Oh, the entire Bible
thing.
No, you'd make money if you turned it into an HBO series
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
could binge.
Yeah.
In fact, didn't they try to do something like that as a telly series?
the Bible.
Yeah, it was literally called The Bible on Showtime or something. It was like 2 years ago. They literally had like, and they tried to make it all like dark and grim and gritty and whatever.
The problem that you'd have though, as someone that was brought, I went to like a religious school
Yeah,
for
me
my
too.
whole
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
I've got a grasp on it. I'm not someone that's like, I know
Yeah.
what this bullshit is.
Sure.
Is you couldn't, the church would never allow it because if you ever saw it, you'd be like, you believe what?
Yeah, right.
That's the
It is
problem.
absurd looking at it on
That's the
screen
problem.
going, wait, what? That's
Yeah.
like when South Park did Scientology and then just
yeah.
flashed on the
Yeah,
bottom,
yeah.
this is actually what
This is what- yeah.
Scientologists believe.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this is absurd.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you do it like that, they're like, no, don't show the, just no, turn it off. Just switch it off. Nope.
Yeah.
This is not good. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we've got a pretty strong batch this week.
I think we got something.
Yeah, we'll hopefully sell some stuff. We're going to have an exciting Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, yeah.
Keep your eyes
very-
peeled. Yeah.
To keep your eyes. So these are the clues
Yeah.
you're giving. Keep
I'll give
your
you the clue.
eyes
Keep your eyes on Twitter.
on Twitter.
Check out my Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah, in
check
fact.
out your Twitter.
Well, mine and someone else's. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, let's keep this going. Anyway.
Okay, I'm very
Yeah.
interested.
So
Corporate shill Jason Chatfield.
all right. Well, that's it for this week.
All right.
Thanks for
Oh,
tuning
you
in.
winding me up now?
No. I'm
How
out of
how very dare you?
I'm not winding anyone.
Um,
I'm good. I'm happy.
All right. You go and drink a beer?
Yeah, go. See ya.